Hey yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? CGODB. Welcome back. Last night we had a home game against the Pistons, and we did get the victory. As you could see in the slight margin, very incredibly sloppy game. I can't emphasize it enough. Um, the first half in particular was just very ugly. The Pistons they suck ass as well. Just like we do right now. Except you know we hit our threes and stuff when it mattered. So I got to give props for that. But it wasn't an inspiring performance. But I'm gonna get into some positives and negatives because there are some positives too from this game. But obviously Kawhi's return and Reggie Jackson having himself a game, Marcus Morris, Zubac, you know. Of course, there are some positives in the mix too, but guys, this offense, we're just gonna have to come up with the solution. They just come out so lackadaisical with they're just lacking a sense of urgency coming out the gate, and it's not something that we're not prone to seeing from these Clippers, especially the past few years, but like I don't know, man. They just gotta fix it. Whether it's starting Moose or something, whether it needs some energy off the bat. I don't know. I have no clue, man. Like I'm just as lost as you. Ty Lue has all his depth. He has all his depth on the lineup, but he sticks with the 9-man rotation. I don't get it. You know, there are more guys to play in different situations. You have a lot of good guys that you can play with, like Rocco. Coffee when you need the stronger guard out there, whatever, man. Terrence Mann in certain situations. But let's go through this game. I got the film highlights, the usual stuff. I'm gonna go through this game very quickly, just because it was against the Pistons. I did expect us to win, but we came out, obviously, kind of made it a nail biter towards the end, but it's all good. Let's see. So Kawhi, he hit this little spin jumper right here. Looking pretty good. He just gets to his spots like clockwork. Rose up over Killian Hayes, hit it. This one right here, John Wall had a very sloppy first shift in the game, and we've seen this throughout the year too, or throughout the short season so far. Wall, he'll have a pretty sloppy first shift, and then in the second half when he comes in, he can really turn the tides, But yeah, I mean, today, that first half, he was just really sloppy. He threw like 4 turnovers. Reggie Jackson was abusing Bogdanovich all game on switches. Big Government was just taking care of business. And that's a strong reverse finish from Team Man right here. Just putting the shoulder down, getting downhill. That's what we like to see. Big Government right here with another Big Government shot. Paying the bills. Saying fuck you to all the haters, especially Morris too. Killian Hayes, this is like his one shot he hit all game. His offense it's just terrible, man. PG, this shot was right here was just really nice. Whew. PG from beyond the arc tonight was really good, but from the field he was terrible. His decision making off passes in particular, it's like, a lot of these passes are like college level passes too. That's what's like pissing me off, man. It's just a little bit disappointing, but he's always kind of been like that though. It's just frustrating when you look at PG and see that he's got one of the best handles in the league, and he can't make some simple passes. But anyway, we won the game 96-91, pulled it off. Let's get into this though. Really break it down. I don't know. I feel like we just lacked a lot of energy coming out, and then the Pistons, they got up. I think they got up double digits, and we pulled it back soon. But we honestly let them hover around in the game for way too long. Like I said, it ended up being a nail biter, which these type of teams, we can't just let them float around, scoring under 100 points when we got one of the worst offenses in the league currently. I expect things to balance out and stuff and guys to get the rhythm. But, I'm glad. Let's just say I'm glad that we're 9-7 with how our offense has been playing because our defense has been picking up a lot of slack. Um, let's get into his stats though. So Claw, he played 25 minutes, 2 of 8, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 points. Um, Kawhi, I thought he was moving pretty well. He had a game high plus minus too. He was just doing the little things out there. That's what a star does when he can't score. He can, do the other things and help the team win. Um, yeah, I mean, he was just making the extra passes and stuff, playing some good defense, getting some rebounds, some clutch ones. Um, yeah, I mean, making some really nice passes too, as you could see, 4 assists in just that 25 minutes. So yeah, I mean, Kawhi overall, I mean, it was. I think there's light at the end of the tunnel for sure with Kawhi. He's gonna get back to form very quickly, guys. Don't worry. He will take over the league. Um, Marcus Morris, he, from the field overall, he shot under 50% from 3-point line though, 3 of 8, which is really nice, and really well timed threes as well. Marcus Morris is deadly in the mid range. He's kind of like Kawhi in a sense where he's like kind of gets to his spots, and it doesn't matter how hard you guard him. Like it seems like he shoots better. Like when he's smothered and with the contest, he shoots better, and then when he's wide open, he'll miss for some reason. But Marcus Morris, he's one of those deadly mid range guys. He just did his thing. 16 points, 6 rebounds. 6 rebounds is really nice from Morris. Played 36 minutes. We got to appreciate how much our vets are playing this year, even though I don't like to see this much short rotation. It's kind of crazy to play Zubac, 40 minutes and stuff. This early in the year when we have Rocco and Diabate and BBJ and everybody, man, just we got a deep team and he's shortening the rotation a lot. Yeah, I mean, overall, Morris, he had a pretty good game. He kept us in it. Zubac, he played 40 minutes, like I said, 3 of 8 from the field. Offensively, he wasn't really getting it going, but rebounding, he was a monster on the glass, completely bullying Bagley, and he was even battling with Duran down low. But yeah, I mean, Zubac he was taking advantage of them for sure. Honestly, I think it's safe to say that Zubac's a top 10 center in the league. Because after Ayton, Embiid, Jokic, the list just gets smaller and smaller after Cat. It's honestly, I got Zubac ahead of Rudy. So, I mean, what do you guys let me know? I think he's like number 8, 9. He's definitely one of the best role players in the league. But yeah, I mean, Reggie, hell of a game, man. He's the reason why we won it. Player of the game, obviously. He had 23, 3 and 3. He always takes these Detroit matchups personal. And you guys remember that buzzer beater? He hit on them in that mid range. I think it was last year. Yeah, he hit it on them. I remember in those light blue unis. So yeah, I mean, Reggie, he always comes out to play versus the Pistons. That's what you expect to see. He's a hooper, man. That's what hoopers do, man. When you play against your former team, you got to go off. So I expected nothing less from Big Government, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, just follow this up with a good game, and then we'd be cooking. So Paul George, 5 of 18. Overall, I mean, sloppy from the field, of course. 3-point line, he hit 50% of his threes. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, definitely a very, very below average game for PG. Yeah, I mean, he's just got to slow down in transition, or he's got to we got to run some offensive sets where he's the finisher, not really the initiator on the offense. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Ty's got to put him in better positions to succeed, and also PG has got to be less sloppy, and stop throwing I don't know, just brainless turnovers, bro. You're way better than that. Overall, though, I'd expect PG to come out next game versus Spurs and light him up like he did last time. So, You know, just water off a duck's back, man. It's nothing. Go on to the next game, and we need you to be on another hot streak, win Player of the Week again. But yeah, Nick Batum, he played 14 minutes. Wasn't really there offensively. Didn't get that much opportunities. He did play his defense though. He's one of those guys that he's even if he's not putting up crazy numbers on the stat sheet, he's gonna make the extra pass and get hockey assists that don't show up on the stat sheet. So I mean, Batum, not really worried about him. He played really great the 2 games previously. Norman Powell, he played really good. This is what we need from him. Just give us like 15, 20 points. He definitely could have played more minutes for sure, but he hit 5 and 9, 1 and 3 from 3-point line. Yeah, I mean, he was getting downhill, doing his thing. He does apply rim pressure, which is something that we have definitely needed the past 2 seasons. So it's nice to see that. Moses Brown, he's honestly way better than a lot of people give him credit for. I think Ty Lue should probably play him more. If he's not going to play Diabate, then play Brown at least one of them, man. Come on. Like, we can't be playing these 3-guard lineups with Batum or Morris at center. It just doesn't work when you don't have Kawhi or PG on the floor with them, because it defeats the purpose of small ball, right? So I don't know how that's like a hard concept to get, but I'm not gonna beat the nail on that too much, because I'm sure you guys already understand that. But somehow Ty Lue doesn't. So I mean, John Wall, he had 13 minutes. He did have 4 assists, but those turnovers, man, he was just going too fast for his own sake. Just dropped the ball. He just left it like a gift for them. Yeah, I mean, John Wall's minutes were kept really low today because it's that bad first shift, but he'll have a bounce back game. I'm very confident in Jay Wall. So, man, he had 5 points, 2 of 4, 0-2 from 3-point line, but he did have a really nice, reverse lay in that 15 minutes that he played there in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, Terrence Mann, I definitely want to see him play more for sure. Kind of lighten the load on a lot of these starters playing like 40 minutes and stuff. Rocco should be playing as well. Definitely could have won by a bigger margin if Rocco was playing. Yeah, I mean, we basically played a 9-man rotation because Moses only played 5 minutes. So Ty Lue definitely, use your roster management probably a little bit better. Like, evaluate your talent. See that you got Moose, who's a monster in the G League. Let him get some burn, or at least play Moses. Like, he's been playing good in every short stint he's played. So stop stereotyping the young bigs and give them a chance to play. Like, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. These advanced stats though, we only got 1 steal the whole game. Paul George, this has been one of his better seasons defensively. I think at this rate he can make an all-defensive team the way he's been playing. Yeah, for real. Reggie, he had 1 block. Turnovers, Zubac had 5. Yeah, I mean, Zubac, he can definitely have butterfingers. We've all known this before. Even on rebounds when he comes down with it. I bet it's on other team scouting reports to like slap at his hands because it's very easy for him to drop it. His hands have gotten better, but today they weren't that great. And a lot of miscommunications and stuff. John Wall had 6 turnovers, really bad. Paul George had 4 himself. Yeah, I mean, mainly in the first half too, but just disgusting turnovers, man. Got to play better basketball than that. Almost 20 as a team is just not a good look. That's losing basketball. We definitely very easily could have lost this game. Jaden Ivey, if he shot a little bit better from the 3-point line, even if Sadiq Bey, if he had himself an even decent game, like he only had 11 points, 4 of 11 from the field. Sadiq Bey is actually pretty good too. So if he even, like, we're kind of lucky that the Pistons really sucked. They only shot 37% from the field and 19% from 3 as a team. Yeah, we got really fortunate this game. Bogdanovich was doing his thing. I don't know. The points had to come from somewhere, right? So he had himself a game. He had 26 points. Yeah, I mean Marvin Bagley, he was getting clamped up by Zubac, 1 of 5. Sadiq Bey, obviously he was cold. Jaden Ivey, he's a pretty electric young guy, but he was cold. Killian Hayes, he's known for being like a defender. His defense is all right, but he was cold as well as usual. He can't shoot for shit. So Livers, not nothing to say. He didn't hit any of his threes. Kevin Knox, he's a bust. Jalen Duren, he's probably He's one of the bright spots for sure. I wouldn't have minded the Clippers getting him. Burks, very bad game as well from Burks. I believe he even had a technical, if I recall. I don't know. This game was just like, it was a blur, man. It was a blur watching this for sure because the first half was just extremely boring, man. 40.7% from the field. Pistons had 37.5. We had 36% from the 3-point line, which is one of our lone bright spots this game, if you want to call it that. We shot decent from the field, from the 3-point line, I mean. The Pistons couldn't hit any of the threes at all. We had exactly the same amount of free throws. We had 19 of them, both teams. Rebounds, we did out-rebound them, of course, thanks to Zoo. And Moses did some work. And the forwards grabbed some boards as well. Turnovers, though, we can't, like, if we're a team full of veterans, with championship aspirations, we can't be out turnovering like a tanking team by 5, man. Especially, like, with the players that we have and the roster we have, we just got to do better. We didn't get any fast break points tonight. Only 4. Largest lead they had was 12. I believe it was like in the second quarter. Not good. Overall, very sloppy performance, but you know what they say, a win's a win. We move on. PG, last time we played the Spurs, he lit them up for 35, I think, and then Zubac, he had himself a monster game. Norman Powell scored in double figures, same with John Wall, I think Reggie Jackson as well. If we can get a performance like that, and then Kawhi, he comes out, does his thing. Hopefully his knee responds well to, the action he saw on the court last night. But we'll see. Everything's all good in Clipper Nation. We move on. Hopefully we take this win and start a little win streak. Have some fun, start playing some better basketball because right now that offense is looking abysmal, man. We can't be scoring 45, 50 points at half. We should be lighting teams up, 65, 60 plus every time. I want 30 plus every quarter at least. But yeah, let's get in the next game. I'm going to peace out right here. Hopefully this video wasn't too long, but yeah, CGODB signing out. Peace.